A new poll from NBC News finds that President Biden's overall job approval rating has fallen as he faces criticism for America's withdrawal from Afghanistan and the spike in COVID cases.
Yeah, if we have a new poll, that means Steve Kornacki is here joining us from the big board. Hey, Steve, good morning. So where does the president's approval rating stand? Obviously, we can see that right there. But
yeah, well, actually, this is not where it stands now. This is where it stood in April, but it sets up where it stands now. So a couple months ago, the last poll we took here for NBC, Biden's approval was 51-43 disapprove. This was 100 days in. Now we're basically a little bit more than 6 months into his presidency, and there's the change. The approval's down a little bit. The disapproval is up 5 points, so it's almost dead even here. Approve, disapprove for Biden, 50-48. So what's going into this? A bit of a decline here, bit of a drop for the president. Well, these are the two issues, I think, for a long time now, about a year and a half, that have been front and center on people's minds: COVID and the economy. And again, if you look back in April here on COVID, Biden had nearly a 70% approval rating. On the economy, he was about 10 points above water. This was back in April, 100 days in. Look at how the assessments of his handling of both of these issues have changed in the months since then. On COVID, look at that. He was 42 points above water, 69-27 in April. Now it's less than 10. 44% of voters say they disapprove of the way Joe Biden is handling COVID. And on the economy, it's basically flipped itself. He was 52-43 above water. Now a higher disapproval rating, 49-47 when it comes to the economy. One thing that may be moving this, I think, this is public opinion here, it's just the sort of overall nature of the attitude towards COVID. Back in April, the vaccines were being rolled out. The daily case counts were coming down. 61% said the worst is behind us. Now, look at this, a plurality, 42%. Say the worst is yet to come.
That tells you a lot there. I'm looking at the dates there, Steve. August 14 to 17. That's really when things were just collapsing rapidly in Afghanistan. But do we have a feel for how much Afghanistan has impacted the approval rating here?
Yeah, that's the other piece of it. So if we say COVID, the economy for a year and a half have been the big issues. For about a week and a half now, it's been Afghanistan. And this poll was sort of being taken as this was playing out. Well, here, you give you a sense of it. Biden's handling of Afghanistan. We asked about that in the poll, and you see that is way, way upside down. There's 60% say they disapprove of that. I think one thing that's interesting on this is there's Biden's handling of the withdrawal from Afghanistan. The overall attitude towards the Afghanistan war, though, 20 years of it, people asking, was it worth it or was it not worth it? And again, overwhelmingly, more than 2-to-1, people say the war was not worth it in Afghanistan. So it does seem people were kind of exasperated with the war, but the way Biden's going about this, not a lot of support there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Steve Kornacki with some new numbers. Thank you so much.
You got it.